Well, Brandon, what a fantastic way to cap off a memorable season for yourself, being included in the Australian national team for the very first time. How does that feel?
Yeah, look, I'm extremely privileged and humbled to be even in this position, to be considered to be called up to the national team. I'm very proud to be in this conversation, and I'm also very proud that 3 other Sydney lads, Bredders, Joshie and Buster, will be there at this camp also. It will probably make for a familiarisation into the camp, knowing them lads. And it's something that I've really worked hard for this year, and it was a goal of mine to try to achieve, and this is just the first step, being included in the squad. I think the next step will be earning that cap and taking it from there, but I'm extremely privileged and extremely humbled to be given this opportunity.
Was there ever any doubt in your mind about accepting the offer for the Socceroos? Yeah,
obviously I was born here, but I've spent a bit of time back in Ireland, having family, friends, relatives all back in Ireland, I always said, look, between Australia and Ireland, if I was ever to be called up by either or, firstly I just have to sit down and just really think about what has actually just happened, because it's for just a normal lad coming from Perth, this is a huge thing. And obviously talking to the Socceroos staff and Arnie, I've grown up here, I've played all my football here, I've won a grand final now, a couple of grand finals here in Perth. The lads that I train with week in, week out, they're in the camp. And to be able to play a football here, grow up here, go through the whole system here, play for such a great club at Sydney FC, and then to cap it off to be called up by your country, it probably won't sink in until after the camp what has just happened, but like I said, I'm just extremely grateful.
What do you hope to achieve having got in there? What's the next step? What do you hope to achieve specifically in this camp in Korea?
Yeah, that was the first goal of mine, obviously, to make the squad, and that's been achieved. And now the hard work starts. It's one thing making the team, but it's another thing making your debut and getting that cap. And then it's another thing to stay in the squad and stay in the Socceroos setup. If you like to take an example of what Buster's done, Ryan Grant, he's been unbelievable since he's been in there, since he's been back at Sydney FC, and his performances have shown that he should be in that squad. And I'd love to replicate that, love to go in, have no fear, enjoy myself, because I don't think these opportunities come around that often. And like I said, yeah, I think the next step is to make sure we all perform in camp, do our best for our country, and get my first international cap, and make sure I stay in there now.